meet with Patten, who's over the UTLC. She's a vice provost. And one of the things that we talked about is the whole notion of mentors and what it means and how students receive it. So we don't care what we call it, but she's done some research, and there's something out there called academic coaches, which is very similar to mentors. And so maybe next time we talk about academic coaches and we use the whole athletic theme as an analogy. You have coaches, you have teams, you know. We just want to have in place institutionally support so that our freshman students who come here are successful academically. So anybody who has any ideas, you know, or thoughts about, you know, how we can enhance or improve or want to be involved with any of these initiatives, you know, don't hesitate to come forward. I'm really excited because I believe it's clearly this is an institutional initiative up and down and across. And that's really what it's going to take, because for every student that's here, you don't know what effort to reach out, you know, will impact them staying here. So it's an initiative that we're all involved in, including students. And so I think it says a lot about the institution. And I would like for UT to be known, you know, across the nation as a place where students are not only admitted, but we have every service and the culture here is to reach out to every student who's here to help them be successful academically. So we all have a role to play in that.
I have a question. Has it been decided whether the Rocket to Rocket mentorship program will be a requirement for the Blue and Gold scholars, whether it's next semester, next year, anytime in the future?
Yeah, for next academic year, being an active part of the peer mentorship program will be written into the scholarship. So it will be a part of the scholarship.
Any other? What?
I think it's a really big start. I mean, the Rocket and the MapWorks program was kind of like it was an idea that, not an idea, but it was something that was trying to be implemented over the summer or even before the summer, but they both had a rough start, honestly, because we had a lot of changes being made, but we saw people jump on board, make it their own, and they are really making a difference. And if I could show you some of the emails, and I may even print some out, to really testimonials of the students who have impacted. You know, we've had a student who had a ACT score of a 32 and a GPA of a 3.9 who would get ready to walk out the door, and Cheryl counseled him and talked to him. He's still here. We had a student with a 3.0 and an ACT score of 18 who has gotten the support that he or she needed. And those testimonials at first, you know, it was kind of rocky at first, but as I sit and I read these testimonials, sometimes I send them out. I try not to overwhelm because I know everybody has a lot on their plate. But those testimonials are coming in, and we can see that we're making a difference. But now we have to make the next stage is showing that the students are responsible for retention. You're responsible for making sure that the person sitting next to you is here. You're responsible for your brother or your sister that's sitting next to you. So I think that's the direction that these two programs build, and we're building a culture on that. So to answer your question, will we continue throughout? Maybe not with Rocket to Rocket or with MAPS, but there will be other mechanisms that would have to come, because right now the synergy is around building a stronger culture. And I think it's permeating out. I mean, the students in their emails, they're begging for just say hey to me. One person just emailed me saying, I just want to say thank you. A Chinese student emailed me saying, I guess they were just practicing on their English, but it was just they wanted to be reached out. And when they get that email, I'm getting emails, returning emails from people who don't even need support that we would think, but they really do. So I don't know. I think it's a really good start, but I think we all have to turn this into a community effort.
And I want to talk about the important role that faculty play too, because when I talk about my team, one of the team members that went in with me was, she's an adjunct, no, she's a lecturer. She's in a lecture in the Spanish department. She went into the residence hall with me and was part of it. And I mean, she's saying, what can I do to help students? You know, we have another faculty member now, Mike Bartell, is an adjunct faculty member in communications. And the way I met him is, I was walking out the door and literally a student was falling, and Mike just stopped to help her, you know. And so I stopped, and the student had to be, you know, taken away in an ambulance. But he and I got to talking, And it's amazing in terms of his willingness to reach out and touch students and the connection that he has with them in class. So I saw him over the summer and I was kind of talking to him about some initiatives. He said, hey, just tell me how I can be involved. But I mean, we know the faculty are really key. So I mean, people stepping up to the plate and putting their money where their mouth is. And so we have to figure out, how do we take advantage of this? You know, how do we get this energy going? You know, we've got a good thing going here. So it's really good. So anyway, Mike, that's my shout out to you. I'm really glad to see you here, and we'll definitely be on with you. Is there anything else? Okay, once again, I appreciate everyone coming out. Again, this Student Speaks Forum, this is a new initiative. It's an effort to communicate with students. It's an effort to hear from students. It's slower getting going than I wanted to, but I think having a tape now, and we're also going to have an email where students can email in. The most important thing is that we do have strategies and initiatives to contact students. And so it's not just one thing, it's multiple things. Remind you again of the office hours, you know. But again, we're going to continue to do this because we think it's an opportunity, you know, for you to hear from us, for us to give you updates of the good things that are happening, to let you know the problems that we're having and how we're trying to resolve them, and to hear from students. So thanks for the students who've come out, and we hope that a lot of students will see this on our Facebook. And I'm going to give Emily, who's a student in my area, she's an intern who does a wonderful job with this, and I really appreciate it. And I'm going to give her the last word because she always makes sure that we do everything that we should do and communicate what we should. So Emily, it's all good.
Just for all students, if you guys have any immediate questions, you know, if you think of something next week, and obviously we're not going to have another forum for a month, feel free to post them on Facebook. I check that daily and make sure that we get those questions answered. So regardless of your question, no matter how big or small, feel free to post.
Thank you. Thanks to you too, Kaye, for your introduction.
Yeah. You listening to the show?